Hey everybody, I'm SK and welcome to this, our 9th episode of the Hunting Grounds vlog. This week, actually last week, I had mentioned that I was going to give away a t-shirt in celebration of our 125 subscribers. We reached that mark, and this week I'm going to have a little drawing. All the people who left a comment and are subscribed, and we'll see who's going to win that t-shirt. We'll do that a little bit. I got some work done on my groundbreaker. You can see here that I've got quite a bit of the paper mache done. It's, for the most part, it's mostly covered. I got to go over and do another coat of that, and a little bit more work on this before I can start corpsing it. But it's getting there. It's getting close. So maybe another week or so, and we'll have this all ready. Last week I had mentioned that I wanted to do something with the imp standing on a log. I've kind of changed my mind on that, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the imp standing behind that tombstone that I just completed. So we'll have him standing behind that, kind of grasping onto it, and I think that'll be a little bit easier than trying to make this log and then trying to make the imp sit right on there. So maybe on the next one I'll put it on the log, but for this one I think I'm just going to have him stand behind a tombstone, peer out from behind a tombstone. I'll keep you posted as that one progresses. Last week I also had one of my friends and subscribers, Rich, asked how I accomplished mounting the PVC to the wood base. So I'm going to show you that real quick, and it requires only a couple of things. You gotta have your piece of wood, a bolt, nut, and a washer. You need a PVC coupler. I'm using 3/4 inch. You can use bigger, you can use smaller, depending on what kind of support you need and what you're hooking it up to. I'm going to be hooking this up to 1/2 inch PVC, so I'm using a 3/4 inch slip plug, 3/4 inch coupler, and a 3/4 inch to 1/2 inch bushing. And all we do is you take your piece of wood, you drill a hole the right size for your bolt, and a little spot to countersink it. Stick your bolt right up through there. It'll sit nice and flat if you're using this as a wood base. And then you're going to drill a hole the same size in the bottom of your PVC plug. Just slip that on there, right over that bolt. Throw the washer on there, throw the nut in there, and just tighten that up with a socket wrench. You throw your coupler in on top of that, put your bushing in there, and you have a nice solid support that'll hold that PVC good and sturdy. That whole thing cost about $1.50, maybe $1.55 for everything. So it's a nice cheap alternative to the old hole in a block, which works, by the way. Not very stable, but it does work. So here's your other alternative. Drill a hole in a block. Stick your PVC in there. You can see it's a little wobbly, but it does work. So there you have it, Rich. There's your answer. A PVC slip cap, a coupler, and a bushing. That's how I did it. Alright. It's time for this week's episode of What's in the Box. Or in this case, What's in the Bin. Like I said last week, I'm out of boxes. It's time to start hitting the bins. So, we have one bin. And unfortunately, because these are clear, I can see what's coming out of this. And this week is not going to be too interesting, I fear. I have a whole lot of fabric. Lots and lots of fabric. I have a giant sheet of plain, coarse, black fabric that we used as a tablecloth for our Halloween party that we're not having anymore. So now I can find a new use for it. I have another large sheet of black, coarse fabric that we used to cover the altar for our Halloween party. This we may end up using to cover the altar if we do the witch house again. Oh, let's see here. Thin, brown fabric. I think we got this from Spirit Halloween. Don't know how much it costs, but this came in handy. I'll probably be using stuff like this for the Flying Crank Ghost, if I ever get around to doing it. Nice, thin, holy, sheer fabric. White. Whitish, greenish white. Holy black fabric. Plain black fabric. Kind of transparent. I don't know why I have all this stuff. Another big black piece of thick, coarse fabric, which I think I had initially bought for a tablecloth and for the cauldron creep, but it turned out to be too heavy for the cauldron creep and too slippery for the tablecloth, so here it sits without a purpose. And then lots and lots of Walmart freaky fabric. This stuff, I use this for all kinds of stuff. This stuff is great. This 2-foot by 10-foot strips, they cost I think about $4 over at Walmart. And I use those. I actually use this, they come in black and green and white. And I use this black and covered my entire ceiling in our dining room den for our Halloween party last year. So, as you can see, I have tons and tons and tons, probably, I don't know, probably at least 50 to 100 pieces of this freaky fabric. Like I said, I use it for a lot of stuff. I use it for, I used it to cover the cauldron creep. I draped it over my Blair crows. I use it for the witch jars. So, all kinds of uses for this stuff. Stuff is great. And dusty. I'm kicking up all kinds of dust over here, so if I sneeze, you can say Gesundheit in the comments. So there we have it. That's what's in the box. Or bin. Okay, one last order of business before we get to our drawing for the t-shirt, and that is our new subscribers. Have 3 new subscribers. Kind of figured we'd get a few more with the t-shirt giveaway, but I guess nobody really wants the t-shirt. Oh well, somebody's getting it. So, new subscribers for this week. The Mech War 88, Twisted Faces, and Ghost Knight Tech. Thank you for subscribing. And now, we're going to send somebody this t-shirt. So, Cody is going to help with the drawing here. Get your fingers out of there. I'm going to shake that up there real good. Alright, go ahead, Cody. Reach in. And the winner is
Adam, whatever many numbers is that?
Adam 10018. You are the lucky recipient of the Haunting Grounds t-shirt. So, Adam, send me a message, send me your address, and let me know if you want the breast logo put on your shirt as well. That's entirely up to you. It's only take me a couple of minutes to throw that on, and we'll get that sent out to you. Alright, congratulations, Adam. And one last thing. I did just set up a Spreadshirt account. So I now have access, or you now have access, to some Haunting Grounds merchandise, should you desire it. T-shirts, I believe, are $15.99 for the standard weight shirts. $19.99 for the heavyweight t-shirts, and there's some other stuff, hoodies, coffee mugs, and I'm gonna keep putting stuff up as I find new stuff to throw up on there. But thehauntinggrounds.spreadshirt.com. Give that a visit. Take a look over. Maybe you want a shirt, maybe you don't. Help us support our addiction. So until next, thanks for watching.
Pleasant dreams.